All right. Welcome everyone to our Up and Moving live workout for Saturday, April 20th. Today we will be doing a little bit of an easier routine, kind of a mobility and stretching with focus on the hips and the lower back. So for those of you who are joining us via recording afterwards, if you want to take a moment and click pause, and if you have a yoga mat, that's wonderful. If not, something like a large beach towel, but just find a nice open place on the floor uh, where you have room to move a little bit, and we'll start out on the ground. And we'll work through some stuff on our back and then over on our front, again, hips and lower back. And then towards the end, we'll stand up and do a little bit more active movements to get the blood flowing. And hopefully by the end of today, you'll feel nice, warmed up, limber, and ready to take on your day. So with that, go ahead and lay on your back. Feet planted, knees at about 90. And the one cue that I'm going to come back to several times today, so we're going to take a moment here and focus on that, is if you just sit and lay relaxed for a moment and take note of the curve in your lower back, so kind of that lower lumbar region, and see how that feels when you're relaxed. And then I want you to take a moment and think about drawing your belly button into the ground and flattening that curve out a bit. So your back doesn't need to be completely flat on the ground, but think about just taking that curve in the lumbar region, trying to flatten it out gently, pulling your belly button to the ground. So that's something I'm going to come back to throughout the day. So just give yourself a couple, we'll do a couple warm up here. So just kind of lay relaxed and then think about activating that core, pulling that belly button to the ground and flattening that arch. And just hold that flat for, 10 or 15 seconds here. And then go ahead and relax once. Take a brief rest, and then again, activate that core, pull that belly button down to the ground. And hold. And just 5 or 10 seconds here. And go ahead and relax. And again, kind of throughout all these activities today, we're going to do a lot of longer holds to begin with. Pay attention to that curve. And don't be afraid to activate that core and kind of try to flatten that out through all of this. So the first thing I'd like to do here is kind of a hamstring stretch. So go ahead and pull your left knee up to your chest. Left hand on your left knee, right hand across your body on your left ankle. And go ahead and draw your knee towards your chest. And with your left hand on your knee, kind of light pressure across your body. So you're pulling your knee both up and gently across the body towards that opposite right shoulder. Breathe nice and easy here. You should feel a stretch kind of on the lateral side of your glutes. And nice and easy. Another thing during all of this today is we want to feel a stretch. We want to feel some light tension, but don't do anything to the point of pain. So nice, gentle stretch, but no pain. Few more seconds here. Then we're going to go ahead and switch. So now we're going to do right leg up, right hand on right knee, left hand on the right ankle, and drawing that knee towards our chest, and with our right hand gently pressing towards the opposite left shoulder. So kind of drawing up and across the body. Again, light stretch in your glutes, no pain. Try to keep the rest of your body as relaxed as possible. Nice, deep, easy breathing. settle in, enjoy that nice gentle tension. Helping loosen up our hip joints. All right, go ahead and release. And we'll just do one more on both sides. So we'll come back, left knee up, left hand, left knee, right hand, left ankle, pulling that knee towards our chest and gently across our body towards the opposite shoulder. Nice gentle stretch, easy breathing. We're warming up for the day. It's a beautiful Saturday, making sure that we feel mobile and limber by the time we leave here in 30 minutes or so. Ready to go out and be more active or go on some adventures. We'll go ahead and release there. And our last one here, so right knee to the chest, left hand, right ankle, right hand, right knee. Draw that knee up and gently across the body towards the opposite shoulder. Nice, easy breathing here. Feel that gentle stretch. Enjoy it. This should feel good. No pain. All right, we'll go ahead and release. I'd like you to bring your knees kind of back up to our original starting position here. But spread them just a little bit wider. So feet a little bit wider than shoulder width. Go ahead and rotate your ankles so your feet are pointing directly forward. I'd like to pause here for a moment and have you refocus on that lower lumbar curve. So pull your belly button to the floor gently. And then we're just going to let that right knee fall inward. So as we're doing that, we're trying to hold our hip as best we can flat to the ground. So trying to keep our hips flat and square as best as we can while letting that right knee drop towards center. We're going to feel a nice stretch along the top front of our quads and into our hip. Again, just nice, gentle tension. Think about drawing that right hip or pelvis towards the floor as best as you can. Nice, easy breathing. Few more seconds here, then go ahead and bring that right leg up. Pause for a minute. Flatten that back, belly button down to the ground, and then go ahead and let that left knee drop. So the same thing, trying to keep our pelvis flat and in plane with our upper body as best we can while letting that knee drop towards center. Feeling a nice stretch along the front of our quad and into our hip. Nice and easy, gentle breathing. Nice and relaxed here. Ease into that stretch. Think about letting that relax as you feel that tension and lengthen. Go ahead and come back up. Bring that knee up. Reset our stance. Belly button to the ground. We'll let that right knee fall in one more time. We'll do most of our stretches here today twice. Trying to aim for a hold of about 30 to 40 seconds at least. Generally, if you practice stretching, you want to do multiple sets. You want to spend at least 60 seconds in total at a minimum in each position. So that's what we're shooting here for. And feel that nice stretch through the front. Easy breathing. Try to keep those hips flat on the ground as best you can. Take a couple more deep breaths here. And bring that right knee back up. Flatten your back, settle into our base position, belly button down to the ground, and then go ahead and let that left knee drop one last time. Again, you want to feel a light stretch, no pain. Really use your mind to think about that stretch and trying to relax everything and allow it to lengthen. Feel that nice. It should feel good. It should feel positive. Try to keep those hips flat. Couple more deep breaths. The next thing we're going to do is bring our feet a little bit narrower. And then we're going to take our right leg, cross it over our left knee. And then we're going to let the whole thing fall towards the right. So our right leg should be over our left knee. And then we're going to let both of our legs follow to the right. Again, think about drawing this left hip now and trying to bring it back to the ground. You're not going to be able to do it. There will be rotation here, but think of drawing that left hip back toward the ground as your knees fall towards the right. You should feel this stretch a bit higher up through your hips and kind of into the lateral portion of your abs and your stomach. Again, nice and easy. We want to feel the stretch, but no pain. Breathe into that stretch. Let it relax and lengthen. Couple more deep breaths and back up. Then go ahead and switch your legs. Take a minute to think about that belly button to the ground again. So our left leg is over our right leg, and then we're going to let everything fall towards the left. Once our knees are falling towards the ground, think about drawing that right hip or that right pelvis back towards the ground on the right. So kind of opposing directions, knee to the left, drawing our hip back to the right. Nice stretch kind of over our iliac crest, our pelvis here, and up into our lateral side. Nice, easy breathing, gentle stretch. Think about all the fun things you're going to do on this Saturday once you're feeling good and mobile. Couple more deep breaths and we'll come back up. Legs into our original position, and I want you to think about drawing that belly button down to the ground again, flattening out that lumbar curve, and just hold that for a minute or two, or a couple seconds here, not a minute or two. 5, 10 seconds here. All right, and then go ahead, left leg over right leg. Let your knees fall to the right. Oh no, excuse me. Right over left. And then we'll fall to the right. Again, hip, left hip drawing back towards the ground, in opposition to your knees, nice stretch. Deep, easy breathing. Gently think about lengthening through the areas where you feel that tension. Few more seconds here. Nice and relaxed. All right, go ahead and bring your knees back up to neutral. Now we'll go left over right. Let our knees fall to the left. Nice and relaxed. Feel that stretch over your pelvis. This is also great for kind of getting a little bit of rotation and stretch through your lower and mid back. Starting to loosen all of that up as well. Nice, easy breathing. Enjoy it. This should feel good. Couple more deep breaths here. Go ahead and bring your knees back up. Now we're gonna come back. We're gonna sit up a little bit onto our forearms here. Lifting our shoulders off. We can put our feet together and we're just gonna gently rock our knees side to side. Trying to bring those knees to the ground. Getting some rotation through our lower back and hips. We'll just do nice and easy as far as you can go. You don't need to go to the ground. Let's do a few more here. All right, now the next thing, we're gonna go back down. So I'm gonna give you a modification to start with. So we're gonna spend a little bit of time. The easy position is gonna be happy baby. So you can either grab your hands on the outside of your feet, or you can go inside your knees and grab the inside. But the easy position is just gonna be to sit here. You can kind of spend a little bit of time rocking back and forth or side to side. And if you're able, I want you to roll up onto your shoulders with your head or your feet over your head, kind of trying to fall behind. So you may be able to get here. If that's too difficult, spend some time in the happy baby. But if you are able to get your feet over your head, you can just gently knees kind of back and forth. You can play with the position of your legs, extending them fully, or slight bend in your knee, trying to let them fall even further or back. Just some gentle movement here. And then what I'd like you to do, if you are able to have your feet over your head, is slowly come down, thinking almost going segment by segment of your spine, slow as you can, down to the ground, and then roll up to a seated position. And then you're going to try to touch your toes. But while you're doing this, we want to try to keep our back as straight as possible. So think about retracting your shoulder blades towards the center. As you can see, I'm not particularly flexible right now, but trying to keep upright, shoulder blades back, so back straight and really hinging at the hip here, touching your toes. Once we've spent a little bit of time here, again, if you need to spend time in that happy baby, that's okay. If you can, roll back up onto your shoulders and feet over your head. Light movement. I know this is a bit tricky sometimes. So again, Happy Baby is a very gentle alternative. Play with positioning, let those feet fall further back or further forward, legs straight, knees bent. Then again, we're just gonna slowly, segment by segment of our spine, roll back down to the ground, trying to be really intentional with that. And then back to that seated position. Back as straight as possible, hinging at the hips. I feel this in my calves, especially my posterior chain, calves and hamstrings. Depending on where you're tight, you may feel it more in the lower back. And one more time, again, Happy Baby if you need to, or up onto your shoulders. We'll just spend a few seconds here. Nice gentle sway in your knees if you're up on your shoulders. And then one last time down, segment by segment. Really intentional with that. Trying to roll every single one of your vertebrae down. And then up into that seated position. Back as tall and flat as possible. Retract those shoulder blades. Hinge at the hips or pelvis. All right, so now we're going to shift position a little bit. I'm going to use a foam pad just because of my knee issues, but you definitely don't need this. So we're just going to go into an easy child's pose to begin with. Your hands out in front of you. Trying to let your butt kind of sink towards your heels. You can ease into that here as we hold this for a minute. So nice deep breathing as you can. Let that butt ease towards your heels. Reaching, extending your arms out as best you can. You can think about kind of adding an arch to your back a bit, or drawing that belly button towards the ground, so kind of forming a bowl or a U with your back, just subtle, but by playing with that, you can adjust where you feel the stretch up towards your shoulders or down towards your pelvis. Think about extending those arms further. Nice and easy here, and then we're gonna go forward into kind of a cobra. So now we're gonna go the other direction. Up onto our hands, chest high, looking towards the sky. Feel this on your abs and the front of your stomach. Maybe a bit in your lower back. Right, nice and easy, and then we can transition back to that child's pose. While you're here, again, you don't need to be wholly static. You can subtly and slowly shift your position a little bit and manipulate where you feel that stretch. But think about dropping that butt towards your heels. Again, you can kind of add a slight bow or U to your back. Very subtle, but as you do that, you can shift where you feel the stretch. Find what feels best for you, what's maybe tightest and you need to loosen. Couple more deep breaths here. And then in just a moment, we'll slide forward again and into that cobra position for a few more seconds. Nice and tall through your chest and shoulders. Look towards the sky. All right, so we're going to come to all fours now. Your hips should be stacked directly above your knees, hands directly below your shoulders. And we're just going to slowly go through some cat-cows. So down into cow, head towards the sky, like you and your back. And then we're slowly, segment by segment, with intention. And I go and arch our back into that cat position. Again, you can add some subtle, slow, intentional movement throughout here to kind of add additional stretch. Slowly, segment by segment with intention. Back down into that cow. Up slowly into cat. So that's 2. We'll do 3 more here. Nice and slow. On into cow. Into cat. Take advantage. The end position of each of these again. Nice subtle side to side if you want. Feel free to move as your body tells you. We're just trying to get everything moving nice and free. Go down into one last cow. Up into cat. All right, so now, while we're on our hands and knees here, I'd like you to put your left leg up in front of your right knee. So you're gonna have your right knee just in front of that's gonna be your left ankle. You're gonna take your left knee and try to drive it back as parallel as you can. And then down onto your forearms. You should feel this stretch again, kind of outer glute and maybe your front hip. You can draw your knee back more to make it more perpendicular to the line of your body. That'll increase your stretch. I can only get to about 45. It's a stiff individual. Nice, easy breathing here. Few more seconds. We'll go ahead and switch. We're going to put our left leg back. Our right leg's going to cross, so right ankle in front of our left knee. Trying to draw that right knee back and as perpendicular to our body as we can. And then down to our forearms. Kind of letting our hip and our pelvis sink rearward a little bit to induce that stretch. Feel that stretch kind of lateral out here through our glute, and up into our rear pelvis. Nice and easy. Enjoy it. Gentle stretch, no pain. Couple more seconds here, a few more deep breaths. And then now what I'd like you to do is similar to that previous child's pose, but much wider with your hips now. So knees a little bit wider than shoulder width. And we're gonna kind of do that same thing, driving our butt down towards the ground. But in this case, you should feel that stretch much more in the front. So that front part of your pelvis and your hips, maybe even a little more central into that groin region. So this is really working to kind of open our hips up. Give us a bit more of a stretch in the front and the medial part of our hips. Again, nice and easy. We don't want anything to hurt, just a nice stretch. For me, this definitely feels the deepest though. Nice, easy breathing, trying to relax and allow it to lengthen. Come back up, and again, we'll go through that 3 stretch cycle again quickly. So left ankle in front of right knee, down on our forearm, and then allowing us to kind of sink back. Feel that stretch on that outer portion of the glute and the pelvis. Nice and easy. You can also vary a little bit with your back foot, kind of drawing that right ankle across your body towards the left to modify where you feel it a little bit. Nice and easy. Deep breaths. A few more seconds here. Again, we'll come up to neutral. This time we'll cross our right leg, right ankle in front of our left knee, drawing our right knee out and perpendicular to our body as we can, and then falling back. Feeling that stretch out on that lateral part of the glute and the pelvis. Nice, gentle stretch. Easy breathing. Think about lengthening through wherever you feel that tightness. Enjoy this. Hopefully by the end of today, you'll feel awesome, ready for anything that comes your way. All right, just another couple seconds here. I'll come back, and again, now knees wide. You can bring your ankles a little bit towards center if you want, but kind of down onto our forearms again. You feel that stretch in the front of our hips. Deep in our groin, opening those up. Breathe deep. Relax into that stretch. You feel a nice, gentle tension, no pain. All right, go ahead and come on up. Now this one's going to be a little bit interesting. I'd like you to take your left leg, your thigh's going to go out directly in front of you, and then your lower leg at a 90, and then your right leg is going to extend out to your side at 90, and then the lower leg perpendicular to that. So you're kind of going to have 290 degrees in front of your body, and then you're going to rotate your shoulders to try to be parallel with that front left leg, and go ahead and lean forward into that. And now if you want a real challenge, the first time you attempt this, it can be difficult to coordinate, but on your back leg, think about just lifting your ankle off the ground. You're going to lift and almost do gentle lifts like you're doing repetitions in an exercise. Now, if you can't do this the first time, I struggled for about a week being able to coordinate this. It's very perceptually different position to be doing this, but it helps with your external rotators of your hip and kind of get a neural connection there that doesn't get used very often. We'll do 2 more. You can lean forward, so you're going to feel a stretch kind of on the back of your left or your forward hip, and then a little bit of tension here on the front right when you're doing that lifting. So now we'll go ahead and to switch positions. You can almost think of just rotating your knees across. Now our right knee is our forward one. We're trying to keep our shoulders perpendicular to that lower leg. Our left one's out to the side in the 90. And then leaning forward. So we're going to feel that stretch over on that right side hip. So kind of the one behind me. And then with our left leg again, think about lifting that left ankle. And all we're trying to do is just get it off the ground. Again, very weird if you've never tried it before. Maybe you all are much more coordinated than I was, but it took me practice to even be able to do this. You may feel a little bit of soreness tomorrow in that external hip rotator from this, but I encourage you, if you do nothing else from this exercise or from this session today regularly, is every day or every other day, just get in this position and do this, and it will work wonders over time. So go ahead, a few more seconds here with that stretch. And again, we'll rotate those knees, roll them over across. Shoulders square with our left lower leg now, knee at 90. Right leg out to the side, 90-degree bend at our knee. Knee forward, feel that stretch over in that left hip. And then we'll just do 10 heel raises. And we'll sit and lean into that stretch for just another few seconds here. And we'll go ahead, rotate our knees. Shoulders square with our front right lower leg. Left leg out at 90, knee bent. Lean forward to feel that stretch in the right hip. And again, we'll just do 10 of our left leg heel lifts. Go ahead and lean forward. Feel that stretch. Nice, easy breathing here. A few more seconds. And then go ahead and come up. And now what I'd like you to do is we'll start on our left side. So we're going to be on our left side. Our thighs out directly in front, knees at 90. Our arm out in front of our shoulder. We're going to take our right hand. We're going to lay it on top of our left. And we're going to do what are called open books. So slowly, we're going to pull our right hand up along our left arm until we get to our shoulder. And then we're going to reach that right arm towards the sky. And then let it fall back across our body. Go ahead and turn your head and look like we're opening a book. We're getting nice full rotation along the length of our spine and opening our shoulders up. And we're going to go ahead and bring our right hand back to our left, close the book. And then slowly pull our right hand up our left arm to our shoulder. Reach to the sky. And then let it fall, letting our head follow our right hand, looking back across our body. Go ahead and close the book. And then slowly right hand up the left arm. And we'll do 5 of these. So we're at 3 now. Right hand to the sky. Let it fall across our body. Pause for a moment when our book's open. Feel that nice rotational stretch. Go ahead and close it. Right hand, left hand. Slowly pull the right hand up the left arm. Reach towards the sky. Let that book open. Again, nice and gentle through all this movement, just being really intentional and slow, gentle with ourselves. Right hand up that left arm. Last one, reach toward the sky. Open that book and let it fall open. All right, now for you out there joining me, you can just rotate over to your right side, but so that I'm still facing the camera, I'll switch sides here. So now we're going to be on our right side, thighs out, 90 to our body, knees 90 to our thighs, and again, arms out front. So now we're going to pull our left hand slowly up our left arm, reach toward the sky, and let it fall open. Nice hold there. Go ahead and close the book. Left hand up that right arm, reach toward the sky, fall open, let your head follow that left arm. Pause at the end, nice stretch through your back and across your chest. Go ahead and close the book. Left hand, follow up your right arm, reach toward the sky. Open. Couple deep breaths here. We'll do 2 more. Go ahead and close the book. Pull that left hand up that right arm, reach toward the sky. Allow that left hand to fall down, open, let your head follow. Enjoy that nice gentle stretch. Do 1 more here, so go ahead and close the book. Slowly, left hand follows that right arm to the shoulder and then reach toward the sky and let it fall open. All right, slowly, we're gonna go back to our knees. Gonna do a few final hip stretches and then we'll stand up and do a little bit of active movement before we let you get on for your day. But here, we're gonna have our start on our left knee, put our right hand forward. If you need something to balance, feel free to use a nearby chair or sofa just to give you a little bit, but we want to step far enough out with our right knee and then drive all of our hips forward. So when we're done, we want to feel a stretch through the front of the hip on our back leg. So it's hidden right now, but that rear leg, we should feel a nice, deep, but non-painful stretch through the front of our hips. Breathe deep. Try to keep that chest straight or back straight, chest up. Drive those hips forward. Nice, easy breathing here. Slowly transition onto your back knee, keeping that right leg forward. So now our right leg's extended in front of us. Our rear leg is at 90. If you can go lower with your butt towards your rear heel. Again, I'm not very flexible in certain directions. You should feel a nice deep stretch all the way through your rear hamstrings and into your calves, kind of the back of your knee. Again, if you need something to balance on a nearby sofa or chair, or if you have a foam roll. Hold deep breaths here. Again, nice, gentle tension, no pain. We can go ahead and switch. So now we're going to go on to our right knee. Left leg's going to be forward. Again, far enough forward with that step. We can keep our chest and our back nice and flat, chest proud. Drive those hips forward and feel a nice deep stretch all the way through the front of our hips here. If you're not feeling that stretch here, go ahead and take a bigger step forward. Nice and easy. Breathe into that. Make that mind-body connection and just think about lengthening through that area where you feel the stretch. Nice deep breaths. And again, we'll go ahead and roll back, kind of butt towards our heel. Now our left leg's in front and straight. And feel that stretch through that back. So hamstrings, calves, back of the knee. Nice, easy here. A few more seconds. All right, then we'll go ahead one last time switch. So our left knee will be on the ground. Step forward with our right leg. Nice, deep stretch. almost done for the day. Hopefully you're feeling a little more limber and lubricated. We have some fun plans. Nice deep breath, gentle stretch. 5 or 10 more seconds here. Go ahead and roll back. Butt towards your heel. Feel free to hinge forward at the hip a little bit. Right leg's extended out in front of you. Nice stretch through that hamstring and calf, back of the knee. Nice and easy. Really think about lengthening through that area that you feel the tension. Few more deep breaths here. We'll transition one last time. So right knee is going to be on the ground now. Step nice and forward with that left leg. Again, back straight, chest proud, drive those hips forward. Nice stretch through the front of your hips here. Gentle tension, no pain. Deep breaths. Enjoy it. This should feel good. Five or 10 more seconds. A few deep breaths. Go ahead and rock back. Butt over that heel. Again, you can hinge forward a little bit at your hips if you need to. That nice stretch through the hamstrings, calf and back of the knee. Nice and easy, deep breaths. Enjoy that nice, comfortable tension. Think about lengthening through wherever you feel that most. A few more seconds here. All right, and then slowly go ahead and stand up. Take a moment, shake everything out. We're just gonna do a few standing, more active movements here, and then we'll let you get going with your Saturday. So want to start, we're just gonna kind of do big stretch, hands towards the sky. It's a little bit hard to see with my framing, but reaching up. And go ahead and forward fold towards the ground. Just pause here. You can add a subtle movement in your shoulders. Just kind of keep that movement in your back. And then go ahead, arms out wide and reach toward the sky. Big stretch, standing as tall as you can. Lengthening that spine. Extend those fingers all the way out. Give them a little bit of movement. And then forward fold. Introduce just the most subtle, gentle bounce here. Some shoulder movement. Again, maybe some relaxed arm circles. Just trying to get everything starting to move. And then arms wide and reach up towards the sky one last time. Fingers out, lengthening your entire body. All right, and then we're going to do a couple hip openers. So go ahead and bring your right knee up and out to the side, down. Left knee up, nice and slow and intentional, out to the side and back down. Do 4 or 5 each side. Left leg out, down. Right up, out, and down. Left, we'll do 1 more each side after this. Out, down. And now feet shoulder width apart. We'll just do a couple nice slow body weight squats. Don't need to go as super deep. You can. We're not trying to really burn anything out here. We're just trying to get a little bit of blood flowing and movement. So nice and slow and easy. We'll do 2 more. Last one. All right, go ahead and shake everything out. Let's move around a little bit. And hopefully, we'll go ahead and end it there, but you're feeling a little bit looser, more relaxed and energized, and you can go ahead and take on the day and hopefully do something fun. So thank you all for joining and have a wonderful Saturday.